Doing? We got the serviceman fixed the Wi-Fi today, so we shouldn't have too much trouble. We'll wait a little bit, see if anybody comes on here. The kids are at their little buddy's birthday party, Faye and them. So I told them, bring me a piece of cake. I stayed here because the serviceman was still working on our modem fried. They want to charge me $30 for transferring it, and I called them up and said, hey, you should remove that $30 charge because it wasn't our fault. The modem fried. And the guy said, okay, and poof, took it off the bill. That was kind of cool. Hey, who's in there? Hello. Yeah, I had a royal pain yesterday with the data. Every time a plane took off, I lost my signal. It was like clockwork. As soon as I'd hear the engine, boop, the thing would go. We're right next to the airport, guys. They take off right behind us. Yeah, well. So who's all in here? Say howdy. We got a damn fly in here. Yeah, we're completely in our new place. We still got some stuff to put away. I like this place. It's bigger. The bathroom's only half the size, and the kitchen's like half the size, but it seems pretty good. We don't have a problem with it. I kind of like it. But we're going to get, we are going to go down to that place down at, on Smith Road and see about getting a couch in here and buy a used one. I would love to get a new one. I'd love to have a couch bed for if my daughter comes to visit and her kids, but I don't have that. So, and we got our buddy Chick is going to help us out. I'm going to put some of that dough away for a car. We got to get a car so bad here. It's really funny. In the Philippines, you could live your entire life and never own a car because the transportation system, hey, I'm telling you, I think it's the best transportation system in the world. Anywhere you want to go, it's cheap and they get you there. So, hey, Bamps. But it seems really, it's a real bummer that it just is. It's a bummer that it don't go that way. But this is where we're at. But we like the new place. It's a long way to the store though. That's the only problem. It's a very long way to the store. That's why we got to get a car. And like I say, in the Philippines, it's pretty slick. You got jeepney, you got whatever, gets you around. But not here. Here, if you don't have a car, you're like a second-class citizen. And it sucks. We're going to have one here pretty soon. We're going to do our best to scrimp and save. We still got to get out there and take care of our last apartment. I owe them a month. I turned in the keys yesterday. Dorothy and I went over on the motorbike, and that worked pretty good. Yeah, I got a few people coming in. Cool. Yeah, I got quite a few people were yakking back and forth with me, which is pretty cool. And a chick Aussie farmer in the Philippines. Boy, my goodness, I haven't talked to that guy in a hell of a long time. Pretty cool dude. You ought to check out his channel, guys. He's got a heck of a farm down there. Oh, man. Oh. But we got nobody seems to bother the bike. There's a fellow over here in the carport. He's a workman, and he's got all kinds of stuff. He's got a chainsaw sitting there. He's got just sitting there. You can see it from here. And I saw him the other day. I says, man, I can't believe this stuff doesn't walk off. And he goes, no, nobody bothers anything here. He says, I can't. He says, I don't have a box to lock it up in. And so I said, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. That's good. Nobody. They got cameras all over here, though. It's amazing. You know, if you walk up and down this thing, there's just cameras everywhere. So I don't think we're going to have too much trouble. Hopefully, it's a real shame over at the other place that little Matty got his bike stolen. We got to replace that for him and get him a bike. Dorothy wants a bike, and there's plenty of places here they can ride. Faye and I got the tandem bikes, so we'll be riding that. We'll definitely be riding that. Yeah, there's a lady out there. She's got one of them four-legged walkers too. I took the kids. We took a big thing. There was a river. I remember years ago there was a river back in behind us. So we went all the way to the end of the development, cut down through the grass, and there's the river. That's the dang river cutting right through. And didn't notice any fish in there. But I told Maddie, we'll get the fishing poles and we'll try it. We'll see what we can do. He's really wanting to catch a fish, and I want to get him into that. You get kids into stuff like that, it keeps them out of trouble. That's what they want to spend their money on. Getting tackle and fishing stuff, and that keeps them away from the other, and that's good for them. Same way with hunting. I'm a firm believer in that. I love to hunt. I'm going to teach these guys how to hunt. Maddie's he's a heck of a crack shot. We were out shooting a BB gun last week, and he amazes me. We set the bottle up in the tree, sitting on a branch, and he just one after another he just starts shooting them out, and I can back him up and keep backing him up, and twice as far as everybody else, and he still pegs it every time. And Faye was out shooting with us. She did okay. She did pretty good. Dorothy's doing pretty well. I said, you just got to bury that sight, sweetie, and just, make sure you got that bottle in the background. So that was a lot of fun shooting with these guys. And Moo, he's doing okay. It's just the gun's a little bit too big for him. He's got it sitting up on top of his shoulder, and so he has a little bit of trouble. But he was hitting okay. He was doing pretty good. But we're all in. The last place we cleaned it up real good. We shouldn't have any problems, with them trying to take the money. I did buy the insurance on him. You absolutely 100% got to watch him. He already pulled the blind thing down this morning. I said, hey, you can't be hanging on that, bub. He gets all excited, and just a royal bummer. I don't want him to break anything here. I don't want to have to pay for anything. We got to get them. We got to get the maintenance crew up here. We have up above our closets. There's these little sliding doors for storage, and they got them painted shut. The damn things are. I can't budge them. I was whacking on it with a hammer, all kinds of stuff, and it just wouldn't budge. And I don't want to break it. So I'll get the maintenance guys to come up here. But the man was here for a good while. He found the plug where we got the Wi-Fi service, and he's like, man, I don't know what the hell's going on. So he went down to his truck and got a brand new modem. He says, I'm gonna try this and see if that does it. And he put the new modem on. Boom, we got signal. So I was pretty happy about that. Matty's game. He's got that Fortnite game. I didn't know that he had to have internet in order to play that. I didn't know. I thought it was just a game on this little thing he holds in his hand, but nope, you got to have the internet. But we're doing pretty good there, Sal. Things are going good. Faye's warming up to the place, and said hi to a few of the neighbors. I don't know them too well. We got a stupid raccoon over here. That's he's not scared of anybody, and I'm not liking that. He comes, like, if you go out to the dumpster to throw something in, he comes right up to you. He'll come up there like he's begging. He wants you to give him something to eat. And I'm not digging that at all. I told him, when he starts coming towards you, you need to go the other way, because they're squirrely. I had a coon as like a pet coon. I had buddies that had them, and no troubles with them until they go into their heat season, and then you can't trust them. I mean, they'll attack. I had one that bit me pretty damn good. So yeah, I'll tell you what, raccoon, it's pretty damn good. There was an old black fella in town, and I would get the coons, and he said, "Hey, you bring them to me. I'll skin them for you and flesh the hides out for you, just for the meat." And we cooked it up. I used to cook up one every Thanksgiving, and that is some really tasty meat. Very tender. It's like bear meat. It's pretty much like bear meat, but they're little bastards though. You got to watch them. I do not trust a raccoon to save my life. Forget it. I don't trust them. They'll go nuts on you. My buddy got his hand all chewed off by one. Almost lost his thumb over it. You dang thing. It was funny. This thing weighed about 50 pounds though. All he fed it was bread. He would go down to the bread store and buy the old moldy bread, and that's what he put in there. Well, the coon, it was starving to death, so it's the only thing it would eat. So it was eating this bread all the time, and it got monstrously big. He pulled it out of its cage one time, and it just kept coming. I was like, gosh dang, that's the biggest coon I ever seen. But the hides are no good on them. They're absolute, the hide is absolutely worthless on something like that. It's not being fed right. But we do like them. We used to eat one every year. And that old fella in town, he loved them. He cooked them up all the time. He had us over one time, and he roasted it. He would put it like on a spit and roast it. And there's a lot of fat in them, though. I'm going to tell you that about a raccoon. There's a ton of fat in them damn things, and triglycerides. So you got to be careful eating that. But I don't buy this stuff. They make a big fuss about cholesterol, and most of these people go on that Lipitor. It fries your brain because your brain's made out of cholesterol. They get discombobulated, and they get old-timers disease. So me, I'm taking all this medicine too. I was starting to get forgetful. The guy asked me my phone number the other day, and I was like, I couldn't remember it when I was renting the U-Haul. He's like, can I have your phone number? I'm like, oh shit. It took me a minute to get it out. But I'm glad that U-Haul was cheap. It was $68 to rent that U-Haul for one day and get all our stuff moved over here. The second day when we went to get all the stuff out of the apartment, I told Faye, hey, I got to get over there as fast as I can. So instead of carrying everything up here, we just put it out on the sidewalk. And I took off. I said, man, I got to get there. We're going to have to pay a whole nother day. The guy said, if you go over 5:45, you're going to have to pay a whole nother day. And I said, okay, I won't do that. But we're doing okay. I had the stupid, supposed to have chemo last Monday, and they came and picked me up, and everything was good. I thought, okay, this is cool. And then when I got up there, they said, oh, they canceled your appointment. Didn't they tell you? And the night before, I got a thing on my messenger saying, you have an appointment tomorrow at the cancer center. And I'm like, okay, cool. And the guy's like, oh, sorry, you're canceled. So yeah, we ate quite a few of them. I had my buddy Tiny over one time, and he was eating. I had him over for Thanksgiving, And we were eating it. We were eating the coon. The kids loved it. It's just a really good, it's the tastiest meat you're going to get. It's like bear meat. And he got all pissed off. He was all mad and pissed off at me. He goes, man, I can't believe you fed me coon. I said, well, what's the matter with that? We're eating it. It's not like I'm giving you something that's bad. You seem to really enjoy it. You ate a hell of a lot of it. You know? he threw a big fit. He went and stuck his finger down the throat and puked and everything else. I was like, well, I ain't inviting that guy for Thanksgiving again. You know? He called me up. He says, man, nobody invited me Thanksgiving dinner. I said, well, come on over here. We got plenty. And he threw some kind of big fit over the raccoon. And I'm not kidding you. He was just, oh, man, this is really good. That's the best meat. What kind of meat is it? It's a raccoon. And it pissed him off. So go figure. I don't get, you know, try it. I'll try anything. You know, it's like when I was in the Philippines, all them tricycle drivers, when they went around and was the Baron guy was picking up all the stray dogs, you know, and over there it's ridiculous, the stray dogs. It just amazes me. And I tried it. It was okay, you know. I didn't think it was bad or anything like that. That Faye was all mad. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. I said, But they cooked it up. They made like a calderetta out of it. The only thing bad about it is the bones. Bones are crappy. That's like when we were eating the goat. One of the worst things on goat, the damn bones are like glass. You got to be real careful of them. They'll cut your guts up if you swallow a piece of it. Well, yeah, I do like this place. I like the cathedral ceilings in here, and I got my room in there. I told the kids, don't mess with any of this stuff in here. You know, Moo comes, he bunks in there with me on the floor, and I told him, look, you want your room a mess, that's your business, but don't come in mine. You know, they throw your garbage. They came in yesterday and just scraps of crap all over the floor. I'm like, hey, you picked that up. I don't want to do that. So it don't bug me though. You know, that kind of stuff. I like having my own. Put all the stuff in there, and I don't have to worry about them messing with anything. I got the gun put up. I want to get Gilbert over here to help me build the safe. I have a safe here, a gun safe, but it's you have to assemble it, and it's pretty damn heavy for me just to pick up. I couldn't even move the box the other day. I got just too much trouble. I couldn't even put the shower curtain up the other day. I can't get my arms over my head. Hard to wash my hair. You know, it just is a real pain in the ass. You know, I kind of like relapsed. I saw the doctor when I was coming out of the chemo thing, and he says, "How you feeling?" And I says, "Man, it's like I relapsed. I was supposed to get. They give me all this steroid. They give me these like 11 of these steroid pills, and then you go into withdrawal off of that." So he said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna give you some of this prednisone, and you'll take 2 of them the day after, and 2 the next day, and then 1 and 1." And that helped, guys. That I was in disbelief. I was fine. I didn't have any of the problems. Well, he said, "Okay, I told him I'm out of them. I don't have any more." He said, "I'll send them to you." Well, I didn't get them for a week. So this last the last chemo I had a couple weeks ago. Oh man, I'm just fried. I could hardly. I took the kids up to the park, and I had to stop about halfway and just take a break. You know, it was not good, that's for sure. But at least we got our Wi-Fi going. Kids are happy. Faye's happy. You know, that we got her up and running. It was about time. It quit before we left the other apartment. You know, so it was. It just that modem fried out back then, and there's not much we can do about it. Oh my. But I hope the kids they have a good time over at the birthday party. We got Faye's buddy picked him up. It's some lady from the church. She's works for an Italian family. And it's a little Italian kid. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I got my bike all covered up out there. Put the cover on it so that I don't have a problem. We had a lady in there. She backed into the spot, and I went down. I thought, oh, sorry, I didn't. Am I in the wrong spot? And she says, you're not supposed to be having that U-Haul parked there. And I said, well, what difference does it make if it's a U-Haul if it would be my own personal car? She didn't have any answer for that. She had a nice buggy though, big Infinity. And I just thought, that's kind of odd. It's no big deal. She wants to park there, go ahead, park there, because I can get the bike out. But if somebody pulls up into the next slot right next to me, and she's parked there would be no way for me to get out. I would be like blocked in. So I hope she doesn't keep doing that. She was in there again the other night. Last night, I'm like, oh brother, we don't even have a car. We're not taking up any space down here at all. And but she's got to be kind of funny, I guess. So what the heck's going on with everybody? I haven't heard too much. I see they had that big volcano in the Philippines. My buddy was saying they got a little bit of ash dumped on them. You go back on my videos and go look at the tall volcano. And whatever you do when that ash comes down from the volcano, don't use water to get it off. It'll just turn to cement. It's the most miserable stuff. When I had my car, I just took a soft broom and just wiped it off. It just came right off. And then when it came to the by the windshield where the air vent is, I got the compressor and I blew all that stuff out of there. And we went through, after that happened, we had to use the car. I didn't want to use the car because the roads were all full of the ash. But, it wasn't good, guys. I went through a couple air cleaners in just a couple days. It just plugs them right up. And it was like it got like oily on them. So, a good worm fishing rod for the kids. Yeah, Matty, definitely wants to fish. We can go down here. There's all kinds of. You dig a little hole right over here by the river, and there's just worms everywhere. We can get all we want. I know a lot of guys that go to the places and buy them, but all you got to do is they're everywhere around here. It's pretty nice. And I told him, I says, yeah, we'll get in there and see if we can catch a fish out of that little river. Years and years ago, I didn't know if that river was still going to be there, if it dried up or not. It's part of the Rocky River. And it's pretty steep bank to get down to the bottom, but it's we could fish there. We'll give it a try. Momo was all excited too. Dorothy, we all went over there. We saw a bench over there, and we'll give her a whirl. Been a long time since I was down there. Quite a long time. Oh man. I was watching that movie, Little Big Man. If you guys want to check out a good movie, watch that one. That's one of my all-time favorite movies with Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, I don't got too much. Not too much else is going on around here. I'm just glad we're in. I hate to move, guys. I absolutely can't stand moving. It's one of the worst things you could do. And I wasn't much of a help. We had our friend Gilbert and his buddy Jose, and I was pretty happy that they come over and give us a hand, to get this stuff moved. Because I told Faye, I'm worthless. I can't. I have a hard time making it up the steps. We were supposed to get a hardwood floor. I don't know why they do this in these apartments, but where the dining room goes, it's carpeted, just like the last place. To me, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Well, deep enough over there. I mean, if you walk into it, it would be up to my hips. You know, there's some deep pools, but there's spots where it's not very deep. You could walk across it, and it's only up to about your ankle height. But you know, they always stick around in them deep pools, and I would say it would be right up to my belt line if I would walk across that river. But Maddie was like, "Oh, Dad, look at that. That looks like a fish in there. Lots of frogs. Just from standing up way up high, you could see all kinds of frogs down there. Tadpoles swimming around in the water. So, so I think we'll have to take them down there. I'll take them down. Nobody should be bothering us. We can go right out here past this fence here and walk all the way down to the bottom. So the kids will be pretty happy about that. And we have the fishing poles in there. I got to get out one of these days and shoot my AR though. I haven't even gotten the ammo for it yet. Oh. Well, don't mind me, guys. I got to get out there and get that thing shooting. Matty, he's all excited. He said if we get down south, he wants to hunt deer and squirrel and all that. Oh yeah, absolutely. And here, this is just like over town in the park. I can't believe all the squirrel around here. Tons of them. Just, it's ridiculous. We were sitting here this morning, Maddie and I, looking out the window, and you could see 10 of them running up and down through the trees here. I told him, I says, yeah, they're good eating. I used to love to get squirrel gravy. Been a while. Been a while since I had any, that's for sure. Yeah, there's not too much. I don't have too much else going on. Sorry about yesterday. That was such a real pain in the ass that I kept cutting out. A lot of people said that it was very, very poor signal. It shouldn't have been. You know, the Wi-Fi should have been good, but we're right here. We're right next to the airport. And it was so ridiculous. As soon as I started hearing in my left ear, I started hearing the airplane, you know, firing up. The signal went out until he was gone. I was like, oh man, this is going to be bad over here. I was talking to a little lady, and I asked her, I says, do you have good signal here? And she goes, not when them planes are going. And I said, well, you know, she said if she's on Wi-Fi, she doesn't have a bit of problem. The Wi-Fi is good, but she said when the Wi-Fi goes out, and she says it goes out here. She said the Wi-Fi goes out a lot here. And I was like, oh, that sucks. Because we never had too much trouble over at the other house with it going out. Intermittent, you know, but so I'm going to go ahead and cut you guys loose. I don't have too much else to say. It's just absolutely a beautiful day, though. So you all take care, and I'll yak at you guys again sometime.